The other area is some spices. So I've got the vegetables, I'm going to be having some meats, I'll be heating up some stuff. Just what I tend to do is bring a couple of spice mixes. So this is more of a Mexican kind of southwestern spice mix with some little bit of peppers and cayenne, and there's a little bit of garlic and oregano. Nice blend. It's actually got lime and salt, a tiny bit of salt. And then my other savory seasoning here is more of a onion, oregano, garlic, and a little bit of salt in there as well. So those I can accent some meals. And of course my salt and pepper. I've had this thing forever. It's a great on the trail and camp. One side it is of course salt, one side's pepper. So I'll be having that, and that's the extent of my seasoning. Now sometimes I've hiked with oil and vinegar, and I have decided to actually have, I'm getting fats from nuts and some of the fried things, and I am bringing coconut oil powder to accent my shake. So, and I almost forgot one other thing I packed. So got these dehydrated beets from Trader Joe's, and as it says, it's just beets. These are actually quite tasty and crunchy. Of course, if you don't like beets, probably not for you. But beets, of course, quite a bit of sugar, but also a great amount of fiber and nutrition with that. And I think that whether we're talking a ketogenic diet or any balanced diet, if we're going to get carbohydrates, let's maximize the nutritional value, and these are a great way to do that. So again, moderating it to just getting a few throughout the hike. Now moving on to my more specific nutritional supplementation for this hike, I wanted to kind of go through it real quick here. So anyone that's familiar with backpacking, of course the idea is to take exactly what you need and light as possible. So I'm obviously not going to be taking any liquids and heavy supplement bottles and all that. So real quick running through, I've got my multivitamin, the Alpha Base from Orthomolecular, and I usually take a couple of adrenal supports, just some general adaptogens, the adrenal resilience, and I've got a little bit of krill oil in here, take 1 or 2 a day. And lastly, it's just kind of an endurance, a few more adaptogens in the Stamina SR that I've talked about on a prior video. So Stamina SR actually take in the morning, and then the adrenal resilience is kind of a maybe take that later in the day. It's high in vitamin C and more immune boosting. The other ones I'm bringing is resveratrol, of course, for antioxidant value and mitochondrial energy and free radical issues. Being at altitude and doing heavy duty physical activity, it's going to help out for that recovery. And second one in here is the Mitoviva. This is actually the PQQ, a quinone molecule that actually helps regenerate electrons in the mitochondria. So lastly, butyubiquinol, and that supports CoQ10 and the mitochondrial electron transport chain metabolism. So the short answer here is that it just supports energy production and recovery. This one I've got the Gut Flora. This is a complex of kind of gut help. It's got an oil of oregano and some other essential oils for any kind of irritability on the trail, and some antibiotic effects there as well. I've got Virathera from Prothera. This is a complex of some astragalus, echinacea. It's got berberis and olive leaf, a couple other things. So general immune support, any potential sore throats, viral issues, taking a few of those. So enough just for essentials. And then what I'm going to do is make up a powder, a couple of bags with a blend of electrolyte synergy, that is electrolytes obviously, with some vitamin C, and I always put a little calcium lactate that helps prevent muscle cramping And of course, the calcium lactate form helps support your white blood cells. The ketones, I'm going to add a little bit in just to give me additional support and energy. I won't go into all the benefits of ketones. And then for recovery, primarily I'm going to be using the collagen from Orthomolecular and Pure Paleo Protein, which is hydrolyzed beef protein powders. So combine mainly those two. I will do a little bit of MCT oil powder in there as well, and I might put some of that in the electrolytes. Often I do that to provide those good precursors to ketones and energy. So anyway, that's about it.